The journey of accepting the failures and still relentlessly moving towards your goal is difficult and painful. But here is an example of a man who failed endlessly. Despite that, he always believed you cannot fail unless you quit. Let's imbibe some pearls of wisdom from Abraham Lincoln. At a very early age, he witnessed the death of his younger brother. The family was very poor, and they used to live in a tiny one-room log cabin in Kentucky. Due to the disputes with their neighbor for the land, they had to leave their own property. They shifted from Kentucky to Knob Creek Farm and finally settled down in Indiana. And soon in Indiana, he lost his mother. Watching his mother die was devastating for the 9-year-old Abraham. At the age of 21, he became a well-known wrestling champion. But in order to save his family from poverty, he had to stop participating in the championships and work as a laborer. For that, he moved to Illinois. There he saw slavery firsthand, where the slaves were getting hit brutally by their ruthless masters. They had to cook, serve, as well as remove the grime of their masters. They could not defend themselves from the day-to-day harassment. Abraham saw their miserable life, and that's where a seed of revolution was born in his mind. In Illinois, he started working as a general store clerk and earned enough money to survive. One day, when Abraham saw a customer who overpaid some pennies, he ran many miles to return the money to the customer. Due to his honesty and good behavior, he got the title of Honest Abe. During this time, a conflict arose between the US and Native Americans, known as the Black Hawk War. In 1832, he contested for the election. He worked hard to gain membership in the legislature, but life didn't stop testing him. He lost the election. Such failures are demotivating, but Abraham found solace in books and started finding inspiration in them. He used to say, "My best friend is a person who will give me a book I have not read." His constant hunger for reading and learning made him pursue law. He burnt the midnight lamp and read tons of previous legal cases and law books. Soon, he again stood for the election, and this time, his hard work paid off. He won the election and served 4 terms in the Illinois House of Representatives. He undertook many vital decisions for the sake of Illinois state. At the age of 33, on November 4, 1842, he married Mary Todd. He was very fond of kids. The couple had 4 children in this beautiful house, but grief had a new face in his life, as he lost his 3 children and only one could survive. He was mentally shaken and often thought about giving up and ending his life. But he tried to distract himself and focused on political matters and decided to serve the country. Failure now had become the most habitual part of his life. He lost several times in the legislature, but it never demotivated him. Rather, it gave him the strength to rise ahead. He said, "I walk slowly, but I never walk backward." One day, he challenged Stephen Douglas, a well-known politician and lawyer of that period, regarding the issue of slavery. He made some strong points for the debate and gave new thoughts. He lost the challenge, but got massive support from the people of North America. He won the elections for the US House Representative in 1846. He worked on issues such as transportation, solved many criminal trials, and also ran for the Presidency of America. As the president, his vision for the nation was to eradicate slavery. So when he got another chance to debate with Stephen Douglas, who had a different perspective of democracy, Abraham fought back with a strong new approach, which led him to win the debate. Due to strong anti-slavery beliefs, Lincoln attracted a large number of enemies from South America. But Lincoln stood his stand with support from Northern and Western America. And finally, on January 1st, 1863, he issued an Emancipation Proclamation declaring that all persons held as slaves within the rebellious states are and henceforward shall be free. Slavery was over. At the age of 55, he achieved his aim and changed the history of America by abolishing the concept of slavery. On April 14, 1865, when Abraham Lincoln went to see a performance at Ford's Theatre in Washington, D.C., John Booth, a well-known theatre actor and a Confederate spy, assassinated Lincoln. On 15 April 1865, the president drew his final breath by leaving the country distraught. The country was in deep sorrow for several days as the father figure was gone. He set an example in the way he led his life. He gave a ray of hope through his success. He believed that the success stories of people are the path that's paved for other dreamers to follow. If he did it, so can you.